Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Yeah.
Hi, Minsu. How are you
Hi.
today?
Good.
Now, Bu Wenda is also here. Hi, Bu Wenda.
Hai Bu Nurma, Minsu.
Hi. How are you? Yeah.
So your 2 weekend is occupied with this guest lecture, Minsu. Okay. Good morning, Professor Minsu. Good morning, Bu Wenda, and also good morning, students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yes, I remind you for all the students that not yet come to this Zoom meeting, please, the coordinator of the class remind them to join, or I will close the Zoom link in 10 minutes. Okay, so please, for the coordinator in every class 2019 and also 2017, please remind all of your classmates in your class. Okay. Yes. As you learned from last week meeting, you have learned about the open-ended automatic computer scoring, and then Minsu has already shared to us about this is one of application of artificial intelligence in science education in terms of assessment. And today you will learn the new things, the new theme from Minsu. We'll wait for it. And our dean, Dr. Mardiana, will join us after the Q&A session. So at 9:45, Minsu, the dean
Yeah.
will come and join the company. Okay.
Yeah.
I will just offer now the time for you for 1.5 hour lecture. Please, Minsu, thank you very much.
Yep. Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good
I'm gonna
morning.
share the screen in a minute. Okay. And this is the slide for last week, and this is new. And I just briefly remind you guys about the week, the presentation. And last week, actually, I talked about why we need to use open-ended assessment first. Yeah, that's like creative education. And this is open-ended assessment actually show us how students are good at the authentic science practice, such as explanation, argumentation, and this is the problem of the open-ended assessment, which are the scoring difficulty, grader management. This is comparison between multiple choice and open-ended assessment. And I talked about the instrument, our instrument, my instrument, Acorns, why we need to use the Acorns rather than the multiple choice test. And then talked about the fast feedback. We need fast feedback. And this is the computer scoring application for the natural selection concept, which are developed by me and our colleague. And this is about machine learning, how we develop our system. And yeah, then I talked about the history of the research group about the automatic computer scoring and history of the AI scoring. Yeah, actually, very old, right? 1966. And why we need to use the open-ended assessment here, continue. And that's the last year, not last year, last week, And today I'm going to talk about the new version of the system. Actually, almost we developed almost, but still there is remaining work. And today I'm going to show how the main characteristics of our new system, and just the web page, and explain several functions. Yeah, okay. First, I briefly talked about the situation in South Korea, and oh yes, maybe someone, yeah, yes. Huh? What's that? Yeah. Uh, so student, we have used a lot of multiple choice assessment, and about 5 years ago, the government have has transformed to the open-ended assessment rather than multiple choice assessment. So now, most, the middle and high schools teachers now they use the open-ended assessment, but still many students are familiar with multiple choice assessment. And also another issue is that students prefer the multiple choice assessment because they believe multiple choice assessment is more objective than open-ended assessment. Obviously, uh, when the teacher grade open-ended assessment response, there might be some like teachers, preference and teachers, subjectivity impact the grading. It should be obvious. So uh, still, some parents and some students don't trust their teacher, a lot. So this is problem. Anyway, we use a lot of multiple choice assessment, so students do not have many opportunity to practice the open-ended assessment. So eventually, students don't have any time to construct their explanation because assessment is based on multiple choice assessment. They don't need to practice explanations, right? This is problem. And another issue is that we don't have the very good system, and so students' homework is based on multiple choice assessment. So, like the teacher give the student like the homework, but homework also is kind of mostly homework is about assessment. So student give the student the question, and student make the right answer and send submit to their teacher. This is kind of homework, but homework also is mostly is based on the multiple choice assessment because the teacher need to grade their student response, and and teacher need to check whether student did the homework or not. So actually it's very difficult to grade student open-ended assessment, so the teacher don't want to have any like homework based on the open-ended assessment. And also, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, sorry. I didn't use this. This is slideshow. Yeah. Yes, this is the problem. So we developed our new system, and I believe, we almost done, 90% of work is almost done. Still, we developed some other, like actually, the designing part is the last one. So the one company, now they're making our the design, and later, we need to put the design and the system together and make final. So, the system is focused on the analyzing, providing, direct feedback, like the fast feedbacks for student constructed response. And we developed several tools, and I believe this can be used for the Indonesian world, which are biogrammetry, topic modeling, and response analysis. So and also, we developed the website, and user-friendly, it's very important to have the user-friendly functions. Like, sometimes when they have to join our system, and then if they have to give us their personal information, No one wanna do that, So it's little annoying. That's why we try to minimize personal information management. Also, we don't have much very good the system to like protect their information too. So and also QR code is later I will show you. And we develop a lot of the slang or the bad word. If students use the bad words, our system can check. And also type of space in sentence, we analyze, and we also wrote one paper about this one. And and also our system can check unusual response, and our system can make the can double check the students very weird response and can report the teachers about the response so that the teacher can double check their response. Because sometimes very unusual, very weird student response might be very creative. That's why we want to have that system. So main screen of system, only this one. This is the website. This is our new character of the AI scoring. We call it Y teacher. Our system name of our system is Y. Uh, and then this is the our website, the design, and so student, we have very different. Actually, the user of our system is two. Main user are two. One is student. This is 학생 is student. This is teacher. Maybe yeah. This is the who we this is us, we, like a researcher. So basically, the student purpose, the teacher's purpose, and our purpose is very different. So let me talk about, wait, yes, slideshow. So for student, the purpose of the why students use this system is to practice explanation, argumentation, writing, making their own explanation, and want to get the feedback from the artificial intelligence. This is their purpose. So, but the students are okay, under 18 ages, so they cannot join any the website without their parent permission. So basically, the students mode doesn't have any the login system, so no registration. Just go to the system and uh, submit their answer. So good explanation. Later I will show our YouTube website, and so we develop a lot of the instruction for the student. So how they answer, how they write the response, how they write the explanation, how they solve the problem. So AI the practice, they can choose their question and get the feedback from the AI. And learning assessment and homework is quite different. I will show. Learning assessment, is that the teacher can choose the exam item, and then teacher give the student a code. Student put the code, and then check the item that teacher selected, and they answer their own response. That's done. Then who will check the student response? The teacher. Teacher will check the student response and can check the AI's analysis. So this is for formative and diagnosis assessment. So basically, students cannot check their scoring. Just answer their response, and will transfer to the will send to the teacher, and teacher can check the student's score. So teacher can use it for their teaching and teaching. Homework is different. This is actually the main function of our system. After class, the teacher can choose several open-ended assessments in the website, our website, and send to the student the code. And then later, when student put the code, and student can check the items, exam that teacher selected. And student must complete the item and then click to send their the homework to the teacher, and teacher later can double check the student response and their score. So teacher previously when teacher want to make the homework, the teacher must grade or must analyze and must to make a feedback. So using our system, the teacher don't need to do anything. Just select the item and send to the student the code, and then later check the AI analysis. This is homework. We believe a lot of teacher want to use this function. Self-assessment. This is also we believe it's very good system, and I will explain you again. Okay, this is kind of one example of the good explanation. And wait a minute. So I want to show this. So previously, we believe my original plan is to develop the like a text-based instruction. But after Corona, I believe the movie is much better for students to quickly understand what I mean. So we developed now the video still, continuing. I'm continuing to develop the one and one more video. Some video are for the teacher, some video are for the student. This is the one of the exam, and then yeah. So actually the intro is, want to express our philosophy of our system. So here. So name of our system is Y. Y means, web-based automated assessment using artificial intelligence. So WAAAI, that's why, there is three Y. So why, our logo is that, this is our logo. The Q, this is Q, and Y. So our exam is based on open-ended format, and most of our exam, our item use the Y question. So Y and Y name is similar, right? So that's why our logo is like this: Q question, Y and Y.
안녕하세요. 저는 여러분의 서술형 평가를 도와줄 Y 선생님이에요. 만나서 반갑습니다. 서술형 평가란 주어진 질문에 대한 여러분의 지식, 의견, 생각을 문장으로 설명하는 것을 의미합니다. Y 선생님은 여러분들이 서술형 평가 문항에
This is our new character, and we call it white teacher. But this the human voice also made using the what is that? The machine, like web AI. We have a lot of the service to make the human voice, and we just use that. So it's very natural. Like this is commercial the program, and I actually the last year we one time we used the real the voice actor, real human voice actor, and I made one the video last year, and then actually this voice is much better than human voice actor, because very cheap, and also I can for example when I have to correct our sentence and easily, but when we hire the human voice actor, and sometimes I don't like the like some part, then I have to ask again, and I have to pay again. So that's very annoying at that time, but this is very good. So we use the uh I forgot the name of service, but we use the the AI voice actor system.
응답하면서 학습을 할 수 있도록 돕고 있답니다. 혹시 서술형 평가 문제를 풀면서 어려웠던 경험이 있나요? 많은 학생들이 문제가 너무 길어서 이해하기 어렵다고도 잘 해결, 호박을 잘 키우는 방법을
So
잘
this
키우기
is
위해
like our exam. So the student just see the exam, and so basically this instruction explain how they respond, how they make their own explanation. So this is item, and student think
어떻게 하면
about
좋은지
the
무릎과 관련된 법이라 설명하고 문제돈 중에 때에는
so like
햇빛
the student think about the theory, and actually the item is about the photosynthesis. So the student need to think about the theory of the photosynthesis and slowly write the answer. For example, so this is the one example of the response. This is another response. Basically this instruction explain. This video tell student this is more detailed and good response. So they talked about the Korean language. So the student explanation must have the subject, object, and verb. This is good because some students use like this. This is not good explanation, like sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. But still many students use, how we to explain about the photosynthesis, and what's the element that photosynthesis requires. There's just students say the several like keyword and don't explain. This is the system, and we will develop about 10 instruction 10 videos for student, and then basically our system is for the learning. It's not about the assessment, learning, like the teaching and learning. So student must know how to write the good explanation. And it's not about the assessment, like it's not about the make a grade and send like make a rank, like who we don't really want to know who is good and who is bad student. This is our system for the teaching and learning. So this is the main page. For example, this website, student can enjoy whenever they want, so they can freely, enter our system and, click, and, they can just write their own explanation. This is this is the question, and this is, the photos. Photos, the function of photos is to help student record the situation. Sometimes only with the text, it's very hard to record their knowledge. So photo is kind of the scaffolding the system. Yeah. So student can answer. This is item selected by student, not the teacher. Student just freely enter our system and choose the item, and they can just writing. And if they're like good answer, then the computer give us the feedback, give student feedback. So this is the different one. Teacher can choose the item, and the teacher can when teacher choose the item, the system give the teacher the code. So teacher just use the code and send to the student. Then student only student went to our system, go to our system, and just type the code that they receive from the teacher, and they can show the item. Why we the reason why we use this system is that students don't need to log in and don't need to register our system. So we don't really concern about need to concern about the student registration. So in Korea, a student cannot join any system without their parent permission, and we don't really want to have the student information. If for example, if we want to have student information, we have to have very good system which can protect the information. Sometimes in order to buy this such a like a protecting system, it might be more expensive than the whole budget that we have used for the system. The website, the managing the personal information is very hard. So that's why we just use this system. So I think it's good. And then when they submit the code, then they can see the item that teacher selected. Teacher selected, so this system, just student write their explanation and done. Then finish. The student cannot check their AI feedback. Just student answer the item and done. Then student response will automatically send to the teacher, and then teacher will check the AI's the analysis, and student response and AI's analysis. And then teacher can use the analysis for their teaching, for their formative assessment. So student later, will get the feedback from their teacher. So this is for the classroom. So student, will get the feedback from the teacher, and teacher will first check the AI's analysis. And use mostly, this is for the classroom, for the formative assessment. Another, using our same the system, we slightly change our system, which are for the homework. This is for homework. Using the same the AI scoring model, we changed the we designed the new the system. In this system is combined between practice and the evaluation together. Student get the code from the teacher because teacher choose the item. Teacher choose the item for the student homework. So today class is about photosynthesis. Then teacher go to our website and find some item about the photosynthesis. And if there is 3 items, and just select the 3 items and make a code and send to their teacher, their student. And then a student go to our system and put the code, and they will see the item that teacher selected. And they have to finish until they get the like a good explanation, you know. They have to finish the homework, and then later submit, click the submit, and teacher can receive the result of the student homework. So wait, yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Okay. Take your time to have a
Oh
think.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Yes, Minsu.
Yeah.
So it is possible if we have the website address. So what is the website address, and then we will try with the Google Translate, and then try to translate the Korean to English.
Yeah. Oh wait.
If so, we can do while you are explaining, and also we can try to
Yeah,
type
sure,
something or to try
But then,
little bit
the
more.
issue is that this is old version, you know, still. But that's why in our server, you know, there are so many Indonesian in the world.
Yeah.
You know, also, you know, when you use the Google translation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes, you know, because you cannot check your Korean from the Google.
Okay. So what is the address, the language,
Yeah,
the
I will
website
put
address?
this one, you know,
Just
yeah,
just
chat,
try send to chat
yeah,
chat
checking,
box.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, everybody, students, you can just listen to Professor Minsu explanation while you can try to explore more about the website with the using automatic translation in our browser. I think it works. Last year I tried, but I will try again today.
Oh yeah, it works. It works
Yes,
now. You know,
yeah.
I
All
was
right.
worried. You know.
All right. Okay, thanks, Minsu. You can
Yeah.
continue while I'm trying.
So just you know, you now see the hour, right? So this is the. So here is the top. Maybe you can
Mm-hmm.
translate. No, like you know, 다른 언어, what are Indonesian?
Yeah, or better to use English.
Oh yeah. Uh,
Sometimes Indonesian translation a little bit weird.
oops, why suddenly in my the system?
I
This
will
is
try directly to.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, here.
So
Yes.
later you can try.
Yep. Yeah.
So you
Yeah, it
know,
works.
okay, I will continue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to understand the difference between evaluation and homework because you know, remember we developed the AI scoring model. You know, it's quite expensive to develop scoring model. You know, but we can use our scoring model for many purposes. So previously, you know, people believe people, you know, other researchers just use the scoring model, AI scoring model for the evaluation only. but we focused on AI model for the homework and the teaching and learning. Not sure you remember the last week my talk. Actually, I got many ideas from her. This is last slide. I will, I don't know, I share this slide to you guys and I will send to the Dr. Norma after this, talk. So, the Marshallin, this is slide from last week's the presentation. Her, previous, project is the name of project is class, continuous learning and automated scoring science. Very good, right? The naming. I really like, the project name. So basically, it's very simple idea. She believes ETS company has so many AI scoring model, and she believes AI model can be used for the class. So she developed the system. The system is that the system show the item and student answer. And answer is automatically sent to the ETS system, and ETS system, give the score and show the score immediately to the student. Student and correct their explanation, and ETS give another feedback until student get the good score. So it's like a computer tutor using the scoring model. So scoring model can be used for the computer tutor. That's why we developed this homework system. Just basically evaluation, homework, practice, all use the same scoring model and different purpose. This is how we can use our scoring model for the multiple purpose. The reason why I really like this homework system is that homework. So think about the teacher. Just consider your teacher. So still, it's not easy to use the formative assessment in their classroom. We have only 14 minutes. Like almost like 50–60% of teachers don't use formative assessment in the classroom. Formative assessment, like at the end of their class, they show some item and to the student and just solve the item to summarize their class, their teaching. But in some research shows that 50 and 60% teacher don't do the formative assessment. I understand, even my classroom, and I don't use the formative assessment. End of my class, I never use the formative assessment. Usually, finish my class without the item, any exam, like any evaluation. But many teachers use the homework because they need some record. And because the reason why teacher need the student record is later they have to write something for the student. What's that? Anyway, I cannot explain, but this is our every semester the teacher need to write some the evaluation for the student, like open-ended evaluation, and it should be based on some record. That's why teachers do the experiment and collect the student report like because for the such a evaluation. So homework, many teachers need homework, but they don't have to use the formative assessment. So I believe, many teachers use this system. Self-assessment, later I will explain this one with the teacher mode. Self-explanation, basically student check the item and their answer, and this is best answer and explanation, and they just evaluate by themselves. It's not about the AI scoring. It's not about AI scoring. Just item is there, and student choose the item and just answer. And then evaluation criteria, based on evaluation criteria, they just score by themselves, by student self. Why we put this one? I will explain. Teachers mode, and then so membership and login is required because teachers must be adult. So it's not easy to manage their information, and we will not keep their name and whatever. Just only we keep their the email because every teacher has the email from the government. So when we check their government email, then we can figure out they are teacher or not. So question selection is very simple. Just go to the item bank and make the item set. View result, just they check the student the response and AI analysis. They can create by their own question. This is connected to with the student self-evaluation. This one. So teacher make their own question that will be shown the student mode self-assessment. Actually, it's automatically connected. We don't need to do anything. Just a teacher make the item, and that will be shown in a student mode automatically. And then why we have this system, later I will explain. Diagram tree, topic analysis, and response analysis in QR bank. And also, I'm doing some other research to develop the new function. I will explain this later. Login is very easy. When we get their email and we just make their ID and the password for that. So we don't keep their any personal information. This is very simple. So we have a lot of the item bank. First I believe we have the 150 item or about 200 item. First edition, um, first version. I don't know. We will basically our project is to develop the system, not the item. Like AI system. But we try to develop a lot of item, but this is artificial. So it's not the real the system. When you go to our new system later, maybe around November, I will send to Dr. Norma about our new system, and Dr. Norma will share the system, and you can still go to still you can use the Google Translation. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we will have about 200 items. So among 200 items, teacher can choose and click. Then the system will generate the code, and they just copy and code. And so I think just using the real one might be better, much better. So wait, yeah, this is our real one, but the design is terrible. So this is the website that we just double check our old system is connected in the right way. So we will put the good the design. So this is the last work. So basically just go to this is real system work, and scoring model is working right now. So now have the maybe this is not important for the teachers. This is the item, right? So so teachers like the generate the code, the name of the exam, like if they want to have this exam for the second class 7, then he put the class 7 and grade second grade, and starting date and ending date. And there is the question, and they can use or searching. There is the purpose of the exam. And if they want to use the formative assessment, can check formative assessment. If they want to use the homework, then homework. Just automatically generate the code. Or they can see the photo and they can search using the keyword like electronics, photosynthesis. So temperature, many temperature, right? Temperature they put, and so and then they can just or the subject, Korean, this is the sociology and science, this is subject category. And they check the item, and then finish. And then they can double check they show the the all the like code name of, and then double check, okay, are you sure you can generate this one, and say yes. And they go to here is the view, the result. So when they go to the view result, there are so many like the items that list that this teacher generate. And so maybe this one for the class 7, class 8, class 9. Click this one, and there is the each student response here, and their score and their grade. Like this ID student, their response, and then they click this one, and Excel or print like the record, make record, because just in case this data is gone. Okay, yeah, this is our, the system, and so next one is about the, okay, so teacher can choose the for the evaluation and for the assignment, the homework. So both can be chose by the teachers, and they can see the result. So here is the the system. This is very important. I will show this one. Teacher can make their own question here. Here, put the name of their test item, the item real question. This is the text, and if they have the photo here, and this is the hint, this is the right answer, and this is the grading criteria. So basically, teacher can generate item, and student can check the item by themselves. Where the student, I need to go back to the student mode. So this is student mode. Student mode last, self-assessment, right? So using self-assessment, student can see the item and answer. Here they can submit their answer, and teacher's answer, and they compare, and they can grade by themselves. Why we need this system is for the sustainable development, sustainability of this system. For example, so the first version of the system have 30 items, and then the second version, our new version, our AI, the scoring system will have the 200 items. And then still we need 500 1,000 item and 2,000 item. More and more item is required to improve, and or to be widely used. Many teachers, we still need more and more item and more data from the student. So the reason why we want to put the self-assessment, and the teacher can generate their own assessment, creating question function, is to collect more item and to collect more student response. So AI, the AI, the research area, like Google, Amazon, whatever. When you write the review, when you evaluate some products, quality, when you buy the the internet market, such as Amazon, whatever, the company actually use your data and your evaluation, right? And actually, they use your behavior. Like you search this one and go to the cheap one, or you search this one and go to the expensive one. So this AI research is based on the data, and also AI scoring is based on the big data. Data is not easy to have, very hard to collect. Actually, 2 years ago, we tried to test our system to Indonesian student response. And actually, I have many Indonesian student response. And then at that time, we collect 800 students, high school student response from about 8 items, and almost take the 2 weeks and 3 weeks. So if this system is successful and many teachers donate their question, and for example, 500 teachers donate one answer, the question, and we will have 500 items, new item, right? And a thousand students try the item, and we will have in 1,000 student response. 1,000 student it's not quite big number of the student, because if 10 teachers ask student, so every teacher must have about 100 student, right? Only 3 class has the 100 student. 10 teachers used our system, and we will have 1,000 student response. So actually, the system is very important tool to collect teachers' exam item and student response. That's why we have to have the system. So 3 are important person. Previous I talked about this one. This system used by the student and used by the teacher, and also another last one, the group, the researcher. Maybe your university is interested in to research about this system. Your university, the researcher, professors, uh, we don't really need to use this system for our homework, right? The student practice. What we need is the data. The data is our item, exam, and also is student response. And if our system is very good, the like management system, not sure, Dr. Norma, your university has the learning management system, like the
Yes.
system student login and
Mm-hmm.
some, kind of.
Yes, we have.
Actually, the most learning management system have actually saved a lot of data. Maybe the learning management system check when student log in, when students submit their assignment, after they check the assignment, and the data can be saved in the learning management system. If researchers are interested in using the data, they can download the data. So, but our system doesn't have such a very good like management system. But if we have more budget, then we can change our system. So how long it takes the student finish the response? So they see the read the item, and they start to write their explanation and submit. And how long it takes? This can be very important. Some students are very fast, right? Writing very fast, and some students are very slow. Fast response and slow response, what's the difference? Some students use a lot of typo. Some students don't use the typo. Some students like 3 times trial. Some students 1 time trial. This is very important, the student behavior, and we want to have that one too. But it takes a lot of time and the money to develop everything. So So like a teacher mode, teacher can donate their item, and student can also donate their response, and we develop. Yeah, this is the quite important feature then for the sustainability of the system. Another tool, later, I'm also, interested in, and I'm very serious, so I often talk about, I'm very interested in, like doing research, similar research for the Indonesian. I really want to have the collaboration with the many Indonesian researchers, and I believe this tool can be easily we can transform to the Indonesian, because there are so many like the pre-source, and we also use the pre-source. So student, for example, teacher, so collect a lot of student response, and teacher want to know the structure of the student response, not just in individual student response, just using the whole response, and how student make their explanation. And this is diagram tree, name is diagram tree, like this. So diagram tree, when you search the website, there are several the diagram tree, the tool. For example, when you just put together all the student response and together in the copy paste here, this box, and there is the actually the system show this type of tree. So this electronic, this keyword, and then what's the second keyword after this keyword? And flow, power, strong. This is keywords just after from this keyword. So basically, students write their explanation. Electronics is flow. Electronics is the power. Electronic power. Electronics is strong. You understand? So diagram tree is using diagram trees. Teacher can figure out the general structure of the student response. Electronics flow. This is the coil. So student write electronic flow through the coil and blah blah blah, right? This is the one tool for the response analysis. Second tool is also simple. Just copy paste, and they automatically make the modeling, topic modeling. They can choose the topic using the natural language processing analysis, like NLP. Use NLP techniques. They can choose the topic, like topic 1, topic 2. If, for example, a topic is not clearly divided, that means student doesn't have very clear topic. But student have very clear topic and divide by the several, into several. Like A topic is mostly focused on like sunlight. B topic is focused on like carbon dioxide. A topic is focused on for example, in acid base, some teachers focus on ion, and acid base, some focus on taste, like a bitter or sour. You understand? So, for example, student response and many topics, and teacher just put all the response and together and click, and they divide the topic. So in the teacher figure out, oh yes, how many topics student use. This is for the teachers, what, and another last one is that this is student response, and just teacher put the keyword like sunlight, like carbon dioxide, carbon, CO2. This is all separate keyword divided by the comma, and just carbon dioxide, CO2 is one keyword. This is the keyword analysis. Why we put the diagram tree, topic modeling, and keyword analysis is that teacher need to understand the student explanation. So actually, for example, like this one, the teacher can rely on AI. So this teacher can use the AI's analysis and AI scoring. But we don't recommend teacher to use the AI's analysis, AI scoring for the real exam, like midterm and final exam. It's not quite good because humans judgment for the human behavior cannot be done by the AI. But teacher, but still teacher need some like other tool for their grading, real grading. Our AI system can be used for the teaching and learning, not the real grading, like midterm and final exam. But teachers still need the tool. That's why we developed the diagram tree. So real student exam, like response of the real exam, like midterm. Real exam means midterm and final exam, which are very high stake exam. Later can be will be the student record for their college entrance, whatever. So diagram tree and topic analysis, they can they figure out student response, and they develop very good like the grading criteria and use our system, and they grade and double check, and then can be used, this score can be used for the real grading, real like high stake exam, grading. Also, every item has the QR code automatically. The system, our system, generate the QR code automatically. So this QR code later, the teacher copy paste their YouTube, like their YouTube, if they're interested in their like the instruction and tiny part QR code, right? And take student using smartphone and go to the real system here. So this is the student. Just copy paste, right? This is student response. It takes a little time. This is like the diagram tree. Orbital and don't know its English. Energy, direction, ligand, and type. This is the student response, like the diagram tree. Yeah. So topic modeling. This is topic, topic 1, topic 2, the top keyword, and less frequency to the bottom. So this is the image. We tried many visualization. This is the best So this is the keyword. So actually they show the same color, then quickly check, So orbital, every student orbital, and so later can be download this one. And QR code automatically generate QR code. This one. So when they click and QR code, and this is link. So this link can be used like the website, and so if they can copy and paste, student copy and paste, and QR code is for the smartphone. This is the system and teacher mode. And for example, I will show the administrator mode. This is for the researcher. So we must have the ID, right? So for example, we can check the new member, new teacher. So new teacher, and oh, this is real teacher, and we can give the permission. But we can only have their email, This is the teachers in the exam. And we check the teacher, the exam that we receive from teacher. Because just in case the exam is terrible, we have the system, and just check and click, and then will be shown in a teacher student mode. Oh yeah, this is the system that we put the new exam. So we developed the new item and new scoring model, and we can just put here and click, then the system automatically show. And most important feature of the administrator mode is that the checking student response. Because let me briefly explain about I didn't prepare the presentation PPT slide. So our current scoring model is trained by the machine learning technique. Last week I talked about that, using about 1,000 student response. At that time, not easy to collect 1,000 student response. Not easy. When we have 200 student response and score, and train the machine using 200 student response, the accuracy level is very limited. It's not very good. 300 response, we will have the better scoring model. More and more student response, better and better scoring model is. This is AI research, nature of the artificial intelligence research, big data research, nature of big data. So when we have the 1,000 student response, our scoring model, the accuracy is it's not very good. It's kind of still good, but not perfect. But when we have 2,000 response, must be good, right? So we now we are going to service the version using our current model. But anyway, student will join this system and they try, right? And maybe 2 months later, when we checked our system, there should be a lot of student response, right? So system, will collect more and more student response. How? Students want to do our service, and they put their own response, new response, and they got the feedback, and that's done. But still, we have the student response. So now, even though now we have 1,000 student response, and 2 months later, 2,000 response, and 1 year later, 10,000 response. And maybe 6 months later, we just go to the system and just check student response and so many. And then we can improve our scoring model using the new student response. So our system, using our system, maybe 1 year later, we can improve our scoring model using the new data. New data is from the student, but we don't really, need our own effort to collect the response. Just students put give us their response because they need to do this, the homework. They need to evaluate their response. So they give us their own response, new response. So maybe, like for example, like 2 years later, 3 years later, our system will have the more and more response and more items. Then eventually, the system will be improved a lot. This is the nature of such a AI-based, the system. So, the main function of the system, I summarized the three, the student, open-ended assessment practice, self-study, doing homework, sleep purpose, teacher, formative assessment, they can use the open-ended assessment in their classroom. Managing homework, easy to create homework and easy to, checking students' homework and grading student response. So only the three, the function, the teacher also have very simple. Researcher, collecting data for improving, efficacy, efficiency of the scoring, accuracy of scoring model, efficiency of scoring model. So, our system is mainly focused on these functions and very simple, but sometimes complicated the system cannot be used easily by the people. So we try to minimize the function of our system and focus on the main functions. Yep, I finished. What time?
Yep.
Oh yeah, see, 11:20. Yeah, it's
No,
it's good
that we
timing.
have you have 10 minutes, but it's okay. We can use it as a
Yeah.
question and answer session. Thank you, Professor Minsu, for your details. This is as an explanation after we got the overview, the knowledge about the automatic open-ended automatic scoring, and then last week we have learned about what is AI, how to optimize the student creativity in terms of responding the questions in scientific way. So please, students, if you have any questions, raise your hand or just try to write your question in the chat room. Come on. I'm sure that you have already learned about the slide from what I shared from last week. I share your presentations from last year, Minsu, to everybody so they can learn first before coming to this class. Okay, please, anyone. Or Buenda, maybe you have a questions. Okay. Hopefully you have insight, you have knowledge, the same conception. What is the things that it come to your mind, and then it will make you in the form of asking. Come on. Before I and Bu Endah ask. Ayo semuanya. Tadi kan sudah mencoba ya, tadi sudah mencoba beberapa hal di sana. Jadi tadi sudah dijelaskan detail. Jadi ini adalah aplikasi dari AI yang Minsu sudah sampaikan minggu lalu. Ya, okay. We have one student would like to ask to you directly, Minsu, Juwita. Time is yours. Please turn your camera on and also your audio. Come on, Juwita.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Prof. Minsu. I want to ask you about the system. Is there any remedial test in that system if the student score when he is doing the homework or test in that system is not accordance with the competency that the teacher wants? Is there any remedial test in that system, or how the remedial test to the student that the score is not accordance with the competency with the teacher one?
I see. So you asked, whether I test the across the system or not,
It means that there is a homework, there is a test, right, in your system. So Juwita asking, is there any remedial test design? So you integrate the remedial test. So
Yeah.
there is a chance the student to repeat the exercise or the homework if they not reach the level of score that the learning is just adjust, maybe 80s, and when less than 80, so they can have the chance to remedial test. I mean, Minsu, Juwita means.
Wait, yeah. So, remedial, I
So
can.
remedial. I will try to remedial test. So here in the chat.
Yeah, not familiar with this.
Remedy. So it means that repeat the test when.
Yeah, remedial. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we maybe later, when we finish all the work and we will do the field test, then maybe we can do this test. But actually, our study, the system is not the first. So previous, a lot of the field test, using the AI scoring, like for example, Marshalling, I share the Marshalling's class project, and actually already they test a lot, but we will need to test usability and a lot of things that we need to test with the student teacher later after we finished our work. Yeah, I think that's very important. Test later we have to do. So we not. Yeah, absolutely. We didn't test, because we did not finish. We are not finishing yet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that Juwita, Prof. Minsu has already answered your question, right?
Yes.
So they will integrate the remedial test menu to the system, so the student, when not passing the grade, passing the grade,
Yes.
they can remedy the test. Okay, Juwita, thank you very much for your great
Prof.
questions.
Minsu. Thank you, Miss Nurma.
Okay, very welcome for you. Okay, the next students, please. The next student, if you want to ask, if you want to speak Korean, it's okay. Because I think most of them is also the fans of Korean drama, Minsu.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone, please? Okay, we wait for the students' questions. And Minsu, I have a question. It's about the big data. The big data you tell about the big data is very important for us. We have the students respond. We have the student answer how to what they have already known in the answer sheet, and that's very interesting with by bigram or bigram trees and also
Yeah,
topic
bigram,
modeling. So you integrate this software to your system, or or you develop by yourself.
Bigram, there are many free source for the bigram, but still need the little human effort. The bigram tree and topic modeling is very widely used natural language processing, and for example, like the Twitter analysis, like or Facebook company also they have the such as like a service. So I want if someone want to know like people's opinion and their like a topic what they're talk about recently, they want to use biograph tree and topic modeling, and also teacher have the same purpose. They want to know what the topics are in student response, and teacher want to know how the student write their own response. And that's why I want to put this one. Actually, the AI system show the grading, not the structure of the student response. Our system doesn't show, maybe we can make the automatic system, but but the teacher copy and paste the student response, so it doesn't have to be automatic. So, and also not many teachers are interested in using that. So we just make it simple. But actually, when students, type their response, and the system can automatically generate bigram tree and topic modeling, without any teacher's effort. But, we make it simple, but, the system is quite important because, teacher can see structure of the student response. Yeah, sometimes they must need to use that when they have to understand the student response.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Minsu. That's your website is very, very great because you develop in 3 years of research, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very complete. I already explored the website, and then how you start to write from the beginning about the introduction until the uh, complicated ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I will ask the student if they have more questions. Please, anyone? Silakan. Silakan bertanya apapun. Jadi ini tidak harus bertanya. Mungkin Anda tidak terlalu ini ya. Karena sudah aplikasi yang sekarang ini sudah aplikasi. Jadi nanti misalnya Anda ingin mengembangkan hal yang sama walaupun dengan cara sederhana, misalnya aplikasi berbasis Android untuk automatic assessment ini bisa belajar dari sistem keyword yang dibangun Prof Minsu tadi. Silakan, ayo. Okay.
Okay,
I have another questions here. Minsu,
yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, teacher can double check, but remember, our, the system AI scoring, sometimes cannot be used for to generate very important score. But, when teacher want to know, sometimes, I understand, many students who are very creative might use very different keywords. In that case, the teacher, the AI cannot score. And also teacher, teacher's rubric by the, so your, yeah, very different. Some student answers very different. That's why, not sure that you remember, but I explained that we developed the system But we did not implement the system in our system, but we developed a new function, which is that the system will check the very different, the response. For example, when you collect like 1,000 student response, student response should be very similar. For example, when I ask you guys about, explain photosynthesis, process of photosynthesis, 90% of your, response is very similar. But, some student, might be very different. So how we check such a weird and different response is also we can use AI. So AI generate the general feature from the student whole explanation, like 1,000 student explanation, and compare individual response and the average of the student response, compare and make the similarity. So some student response is very different from the like a whole response, and we decide, oh, this response is very different. And we can, send this information to the teacher, and teacher can check only those response. You understand? So why then teacher can only check 5% or 4% student response. Though teacher don't need to check 100% student response. Then why they have to use the AI. So why, actually this is very important. AI and human, the teacher must do collaboration. They have to do the collaboration. Teacher cannot rely on AI.
Yeah.
If teacher just, rely on AI and just use the AI scoring, it's not a very good situation. So teacher just use AI to save their time, their effort, and maybe put more effort to the such a different response.
Okay.
Yeah, AI cannot grade still the different response. This is the drawback or weakness of the AI. AI only score based on the scoring model. Scoring model is trained by the big data and not such a very tiny different data.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, that's clear. Thank you, Arifin Septianto from year 2017 asked these questions, and Prof. Minsu has already answered. So AI help teachers, but teachers should still as a facilitator and a designer of the learning. Minsu, you told me about the scoring model, and you made the scoring model based on bank of response that you collect from previous research.
Oh, yeah, actually, not previous research. In this project, we developed the item and we collect the student response for the initial service of the system. When we have the system, teacher will give us the item and also student will give us but we must have the initial, do you remember, do you know the first video of the YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you search the history of the YouTube website, there is the first video, like a Jew. They talk about Jew. And the first video, second video, maybe YouTube users and some people put many the interesting video. And many people want to go to YouTube and see the video, and they also have motivation to put their video. Then suddenly the YouTube is amazing system, right? So because in order to do the initial service of system, we develop the item and we collect the student response. But later, we will not do that. We just we'll use the item and response collected by our system. Yeah.
Okay, so Prof. Minsu has already make a clearance about the bank of responses is cut from the initial research, or we call it in the phase of developmental research is in the initial preliminary research in developmental. Yeah. Or any kind of design based research, or maybe you will students here will try to implement this kind of research in their final or in the thesis. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone, if you have any questions?
But third Norma, our exam is not very special, the question item. Very, similar, so when your textbook has a lot of actually there is a lot of open-ended assessment there.
Yeah.
So we didn't put a lot of effort to develop, everywhere, so many good open-ended assessment. Yeah,
so we can get from the document analysis, from the response, students' response analysis, right?
Yeah. Also, many teachers can do that.
Yeah.
Still, a lot of teachers use the open-ended assessment.
So, in which stage of research you did this in the first year to make a bank of responses?
Yeah. First year,
First year, right?
develop the scoring model.
Yeah. Okay. So I will try to elaborate in bahasa Indonesia. So jadi tadi itu kan melalui proses ya. Itu adalah proses penelitian pengembangan. Jadi awalnya itu tahun pertama sudah ada di slide yang sudah pernah saya sampaikan. Tahun pertama apa yang dilakukan Prof Minsu, mengembangkan mengumpulkan analisis kebutuhan terdiri dari respon-respon, contoh respon siswa, kemudian contoh-contoh soal isai baik dari buku maupun buatan guru maupun buatan sendiri, karena kita punya banyak sekali contoh soal open ended atau soal isai gitu ya. Jadi itu prosesnya panjang. That's a long research. First year what kind of the things, the stages that you have to do. The second, and this is the last or the third year is the website is adjust, right? And then try to. You have already tested this for how many students, Minsu?
Using about like 1,000 students.
Discrete zone. Yeah, 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000.
Okay. Why you not?
Actually, first 1,000 because we have the 50 item. One student cannot answer like 50 items. So but every item is answered by the 1,000.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that gray zone will be also provided in English. So we can do.
I don't know, but that.
So students all over the world will use that.
But scoring model is based on the Korean, cannot be used the English.
Yeah, no, you try to get the English responses. So international
sure,
based school, yeah.
But remember, actually, the American people, they develop a lot of, English in the scoring model.
Yeah, like EFO grader.
Slow.
Yeah, EFO grader, and then Acorn or something that you
They, MSU, but mostly it's focused on the university level.
Yeah.
Not the middle and high school, secondary level, and they don't,
Okay. Yap. Oke. Silakan, ada yang mau bertanya? Tadi saya sudah coba beberapa untuk merespon. Ada yang sudah mencoba respon, kemudian merespon dalam bahasa Inggris mungkin tadi, atau translate to bahasa Indonesia, kemudian mencoba menjawab pertanyaan dari beberapa gambar itu. Ada yang sudah mencoba? Sudah ya. Saya tadi mencoba 2 gambar. I have tried to respond your question 2 pictures there, and also Bu Endah also try to respond this as well. Jadi coba, ada nggak yang mahasiswa bisa tadi respon, mencoba tadi explore di websitenya tadi, ada nggak? Ayo silahkan. Sudah atau belum? Mencoba nggak? Bayu mencoba nggak yuk? Saya mencoba mahasiswa-mahasiswa yang kiranya sedikit penasaran biasanya ya. as well as kritis.
Mencoba tapi belum memberikan respon, Bu.
Oh gitu. Ada yang mencoba, silahkan teman-teman. Anyone who already try to explore the website and then you try to write your response, your answer, and then the why will try to get the feedback. Ada yang sudah coba? Ayo jangan malu-malu, nggak apa-apa. Tadi Bayu sudah explore tapi belum mencoba respon. Ada yang mencoba respon? Kalian harus penasaran. Ya.
Dr. Nirma? Yeah, if I have still we have the time, I want to like to explain our current new research.
Okay. 4 minutes, 4 minutes before the dean is ready. No problem. 4 minutes to just share your finding.
Okay. And that is, I'm just quickly talk about so AI scoring now our system is based on machine learning. We call it supervised machine learning. Using the supervised machine learning, we must have the student response and human scoring, and we train the response using the human score data. Not easy to collect the human score data, right? We put a lot of effort, but this is the supervised machine learning, and we now we are trying to develop the unsupervised machine learning technology to score grade. For example, recently your university also used a lot of the your university also the video instruction, right? Because of the corona, many teachers record their instruction and give the student the video like streaming. And then, but teacher don't know, whether students are following the video instruction, right? Or some students, they just quickly check the video and right, to save a lot of time. You understand what I mean? So we don't know the teacher student are doing very good job with the video instruction. And then then teacher can give some exam, right, to student, like for example, summarize the today what you have learned today video, and explain about the photosynthesis that teacher explained in the video. But obviously the teacher don't have any the AI system, right? AI scoring model. So in order to grade student response using machine learning, the teacher must have the scoring model. In order to develop the scoring model, previously, teacher need to collect the data and score and train the machine. This is the supervised machine learning. Without this system, just using the student response, we wanna grade. How? Without scoring model, how AI can grade student response without scoring model? We have only the student's response here. And we didn't teach AI how we can teach, how we can grade student response without scoring model. This is very long research question that we have, But now, we also, our group also try to solve this problem. Without scoring model, how we can grade. But one idea, now we are trying, so many ideas. One is that answer is in the student response. This is our idea. So we have your class is 90 student, right? 90 student response, so many, right? There is right answer. And long answer also there. Student response has the keyword, every keyword that you explain. So if AI can detect those important keywords, then AI can grade. So how AI can find the keyword? The first of all, usually good students have the good keyword. So maybe you can, select several, student, for example, like, maybe, it's secret. So like, this student is very good, based on your personal experience. Just, check. And AI can compare those student response and, other student response and, quickly, like refine the keyword. And another one is that your lecture note, just copy paste your lecture note in a system. You don't select the keyword, just copy paste, and system can compare your student response and your lecture note, compare and find the important keyword. Another issue is that it's very difficult, but usually end of class, uh, some like students response. For example, you talk about the AI machine learning, like AI. So your student response have the AI the related keyword and other if student use everyday language is those are in the like a student like Facebook whatever. So your language in your video is in only your student response, but other language in everywhere. So AI can detect those ones. So there are many, the methodologies, but we are developing those systems. So AI without scoring model, how we can score student response. Then later you can put those system in your video. Then student cannot do any other work, cannot do any because they have to answer. You understand? Yeah. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
this is our last task. We are doing.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So all of us here in university also can use that incidentally automate scoring modeling.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
message is
Then
for us.
student cannot do any other work.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to
Okay.
focus on the video.
Mm-hmm. Wenda, you want to ask directly to Professor Minsu, or should Minsu read your questions?
How about the time? I think it's the time for Pak Mardiana.
Yes, 1 minute is okay.
1 minute, okay.
Pak Mardiana, I think we'll have we give us time to make
Okay,
us
thank
clear.
you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Mardiana.
So I want to ask you about the difficulty level of the question about the keyword. Is it the same for elementary school or for middle school, or this model just developed for special school level for student? I mean, is it common question for every level of student, or this is just developed for elementary or middle school? Thank you.
Yeah, we mainly focused on middle school student because some good elementary student and also the high school student also can use. And our system, when we develop the system, we collect 30% of data from elementary school, 30% from the middle school, 30% from the high school. So our scoring model is trained based on elementary, middle, and high school students. So our scoring model have all the languages from the diverse group. So basically everybody can use. We believe our is so student elementary student language and middle and high school student language is very different, right?
Yeah.
For example, high school student usually use like it's actually English is same, but for example, sunlight, sun, it translates to the like a 햇빛, 태양, very different. 태양 is the like a better scientific keyword. So maybe the high school student, more high school student use the 태양, and many the elementary school student use 햇빛. It's different, but we actually collect a lot of the data from diverse age level. So we believe our system can be used for the many age, but the level is item level is the middle school, junior high school level.
Junior high school level.
Yep.
One more question is okay.
Yep.
I think that I have to choose the gender in the comment section, right?
Yeah.
Why should I do that when
System.
answering the question?
Because we also need to save some information, and like student freely join our system, and they we save their response, right? For later we want to know this response is which level, so you need to put elementary, middle, and high 3 button, and also you need to choose the male and female. Because later, we are still interested in assessment bias. So open-ended assessment, actually, this is question. So male student, female student, open-ended is more advantage to the which gender, or just neutral? What's your answer? So open-ended assessment have to write in the construct response item. So who write more open-ended assessment, like male, female?
Female, I think.
Yeah, female. This is universal. So in Korean, female student construct the response much better than male student. So very diligent. Their answer is longer than male's answer. So we wanna. This is important because maybe AI may have bias. So we wanna know their gender. So if there is any bias, so student we cannot collect the student ID. So we don't know their information, but we only wanna collect their the grade level, elementary, middle, high, and also the gender level. So later that's for our research kind of
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much, Bu Endah, for the questions, and Professor Minsu for the answers. I think time to closing statement. But before you have a closing statement, Professor Minsu, I would like to invite our Dean, Dr. Mardiana. He's already here. Good morning, Pak Mardiana.
Good morning.
Morning, the Dean,
Good morning, Prof. Minsu. Thank you very much for your sharing.
Yep. Okay. Pak Mardiana, we, on behalf of Science Education Department, I would like to ask you to give the speech and also officially close this guest lecture session with Professor Minsu. The time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bu Nurma. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. The Honorable Professor Minsu, Ph.D. from Kangwon National University, South Korea. The Honorable Dr. Nurma Yunita Indriati, the head of the Department of Science Education. Dear lecturer in Science Education Department, dear all students of the Science Education Department. Okay, Prof. Minsu from Kangwon Kangwon National University South Korea. Welcome to our faculty, Teacher Training and Education, Universitas 11 Maret. We are very honored to have you here as a visiting professor. I think last year you also give lecture in my faculty. To improve graduate competitiveness at the global level, the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education continues to accelerate faculty international program. The program is managed by International Office in collaboration with person in charge in each department in line with UNS efforts toward world-class university. One of my faculty international program is the visiting professor program. We invite top scholars from partner universities to share their expertise. On this occasion, our students have learned very interesting and essential topic, application of artificial intelligence in science education, automated computer scoring for open-ended questions. We respond to the COVID-19 pandemic condition that affects all of our life, including the education sector. Education institution must adapt to all the changes. We do hope the partnership between Universitas 11 Maret and Kangwon National University, South Korea could go further. Joint research, joint publication, joint collaboration conference, and others. Thank you very much for your knowledge and experience sharing. We look forward to meeting you again in person. I think next time I hope you can come to Solo again.
Yeah.
By saying Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, I declare the visiting program this time is closed. Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Bapak Dr. Mardiana MSI, our Dean, the Dean of Faculty of Teaching and Education, has gave a speech and also officially closed our guest lecture as visiting professor program. Thank you, Pak Mardiana. Terima kasih banyak sudah menyempatkan hadir bersama kami. Okay, Professor Minsu, now your time to have a closing statement after two meetings. So last week's on Saturday and this week also on Saturday lecture, you have give us a very insightful and then interesting essential topics. And now just only one or two sentences or more as a closing statement, please.
Yeah, again, thank you so much for inviting me again. And, unfortunately, because of Corona, I could not join, your university again, but I miss, your university a lot. And later, hopefully, I can, I hope I can visit your, the university again. And because Corona, these days, the distance education, online learning is suddenly, become, our, and then, move to our, the daily life, right? And actually, last year, I emphasized the why we need the computer scoring and, individualized learning, customized learning. And, because of Corona, many people have been interested in more and more in the, online learning. And online learning is very good opportunity to make the individualized learning with the AI scoring technology. So, I really hope that we can make a lot of, good collaboration many experts still concerned about such a big pandemic is will come again and again. So distance learning is very important because of many purposes. And so in the meantime, we can do a lot of research for the AI scoring. And you have 5 times bigger population, and use only one language. So hope many researchers in Indonesia are interested in AI scoring research, and I also hope I will help you guys a lot. Hope see you later. Someday. So I believe this corona is finishing very soon. So hope we can meet you guys again. And thank you so much for this honored opportunity for me. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Professor Minsu, for the closing statement and also the energy for continue the collaboration. Okay, everybody, please turn on your camera now. It's time to have a photo session because before just really close the guest lecture session. Okay, Pak Dekan, kita foto dulu ya.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a photo session, Minsu.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, we have 4 pages. 1, click. Okay, the second page. Everybody, please your video should be on. Okay, the next. Okay, some students have difficulty in signal for their cellular provider, but it's okay. Okay, sudah selesai fotonya. Thank you, but you have to keep your video on. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim, the 2 meetings of guest lecture as a visiting professor program by Professor Minsu, Ph.D. from Kangwon National University has finished, and then we have already learned many things in essential topic, essential themes to continue the research, of course, for your thesis students. I think this is very important for you, for the students in year level 2017 and also in 19. Thank you very much once again for Professor Minsu Ph.D. from Kangwon National University. Thank you very much, Pak Mardiana, Pak Dr. Mardiana.
Okay, you're welcome.
Accompany us. Bu Endah and Bu Uut also here as the lecturer of the course. And students, tetap semangat ya, tetap terus belajar. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih, Bu.
If you want to say something to Prof Minsu, it's okay, everybody. Just like this or what? Because they do this, Minsu. What kind of this? I don't know. Sarangheo or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Please, Professor Minsu is still stay here. You can say something in Korean.
Thank you, Prof.
Korean.
Minsu.
It's not lecture anymore. Thank you. What is thank you in Korean?
고맙습니다.
Okay, say something, students, please.
감사합니다, Prof. Minsu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you.
Terima
kasih.
Terima kasih. Okay, another students want to say something. Selamat pagi in Korean or something? Apa selamat pagi coba? Saya nggak tahu soalnya. Saya bukan penonton Korea drama ya. Hanifa kayaknya tadi mau menjawab ya. Apa selamat pagi, Hanifa? Oke. Terima kasih banyak semuanya. Thank you very much, Minsu.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, still we contact with.
Thank you very much, Prof. Minsu.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Matur nuwun Pak Dekan, masih lanjut di kampus ya Pak Dekan ini ya.
Ini mau rapat hasil kemarin visitasi LSP kemarin.
Oh, LSP. Oh, nggih.
Ya.
Matur nuwun sangat Pak Dekan.
Salam
untuk tim LSP.
on
Oke.
izin live nggih, bener
J,
Mas.
J, J Pak Dikan.
Nggih, monggo. Monggo
Ye.
Pak Minsu.
Apa tadi bahasa anu? Terima kasih. Sandy apa?
Kamsahamnida.
Kamsahamnida.
Thank you.
Kamsahamnida. Okay, Minsu. We'll continue all of the communication by email because
Okay, yeah, sure,
we should
yeah.
talk the follow up of this meeting,
Okay,
and also
yeah.
the preparation for the international webinar that we will have
Oh,
it
yeah, yeah, right.
on 28th.
Yeah.
And the person in charge for the 28th is Bu Wenda. So Bu Wenda, I think, will go more to talk to you by email.
Okay, yeah.
She is the moderator of the event.
See.
Oke, jadi nanti anak-anak juga
How many
ikut ya.
minutes the presentation webinar is?
Three speakers.
And the like how many minutes in a?
Oh, how many minutes? Okay, so 45 minutes maximum.
45 minutes. Okay, yeah. So
just
maybe,
only 45 minutes.
Around
40, but maximum. So it can be 30 minutes. It's okay because.
Okay, yeah, I see. Got it. Yeah.
Yep,
So that
yep.
it's good information.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Bye. Then I will contact. Yeah.
Yes, I'll contact you by email as well.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you Bu Wenda, Bu Ut, semua mahasiswa yang semangat di hari Sabtu kuliah ya. Thank you ya.
Terima kasih Bu Nurma.
Oke Bu Ut, terima kasih. Bu Ut nggak bisa on kameranya.
Iya.
Oke.
Izin live ya, izin live. Ya, makasih Bu Nurma.
Ye, sami-sami Bu
Ya,
Ut.
tunggu review aku.
Oke, Bu. Siap.